So it's the middle of all this coronavirus pandemic. Many of us are quarantined, gyms are shut down. So how do you get your workout? Well, we all know that we can go outside, we can walk, run, we can get on our bike, maybe go hiking. But what if you're wanting to do some strength training and you don't have any equipment? No bands, no dumbbells, no kettlebells, no TRX, nothing. Not even a yoga mat. What do you do? Well, what we gotta do is we're going to use manual resistance. That means using our body weight for resistance. I do want you to grab a couple of items from your house that I'm sure you have. So here's what you'll need to get. Get out a bath towel, and then 2 washcloths or 2 cleaning towels. I just have 2 cleaning rags here. And also have a kitchen chair handy or a metal folding chair, something sturdy and that is not upholstered. I'm going to be showing you a number of different things we can do. I will be narrating over the footage and explaining the details of the form, and I'm also going to be offering a lot of modifications. So if I talk about how to do a push-up and you say, but I can't do a push-up, you're not off the hook because I have a version that will fit you. So put on your sneakers, get into some workout clothes, and let's get started. All right, the first thing we're going to do is work on some back strengthening exercises, namely Locust and bridge pose. I have my towel folded in half to give me some protection from the hard floor. You're going to lay down on your belly and extend your arms behind you, reaching towards your toes, palms facing each other. You lift up your upper body and lift up the legs. And then you're going to hold for a little bit and come down. Lift up again, the back of the body is contracting, everything nice and strong, and then lower. I'm showing here kind of doing a short hold and lower, but you can hold for longer if you prefer. Next one, lifting, holding, legs are close together, shoulder blades move towards the spine, and then relax and breathe. Here's a variation on what you just did. Instead of having my arms behind me, I have them outstretched in front of me in a V shape. Everything else is the same. You lift up, hold, and come on down. This helps work the upper back muscles a little bit better. Next is bridge pose. Lay on your back, knees bent. Check out your knees. Make sure they're not splayed out like that, and make sure they are right in line with your hips. Go ahead and peel your hips up, rolling through the spine so that you feel the weight behind your head, in your upper shoulders, and your feet and hands on the floor. All right. Yep. I'm ready to go. Okay, so I'm just lifting up and holding. This is incredibly good for your glute strength, hamstring strength, and lower back strength. You're going to lift and hold for a while, 10, 15, 20, maybe 30 seconds, and then you're going to peel all the way down. And go ahead and lift up again and hold. Here's a variation you can try if you need a little bit more. You're going to lift up one leg, but as you do that, make sure that you don't drop your hips down. So see, I'm keeping my right hip nice and high. Okay, then we'll go ahead and switch. Lift up the other leg. Hold. Feel that burn. It's wonderful. This is so, so good for your glutes. Okay. And then come on down. Now to relax from all that back bending, give your knees a hug. This is called knees to chest. This is a wonderful way to stretch out your lower back. You can rock side to side, or you can take hands to shins, or you can take knees to armpits and just rock a little bit and release all that work. All right, moving on to our ab portion. We're going to do mountain climbers, knee tuck, and pike. So grab those 2 washcloths and your bath towel. The bath towel is just providing a little bit of knee support and comfort in between sets. I'm going to start out getting into a plank, and then I'm going to move my legs back and forth at the same time. Notice that I keep my torso still. The only thing that's moving is my legs, and my shoulders are right above my hands. Check that out. That's the wrong way. See how my hips are dropping down? Don't do that. Now we're back to the right way. Everything's still. The more still you keep your torso, the harder you're working. Okay, now we're moving on to our knee tuck. Very similar setup, except I start in a plank, pull both knees in at the same time. Notice how still my torso is. Now, check this out. See how I drop my hips? Sag in the back. Look at all that movement.
When we do that, we lose a lot of the effort and the benefit. So make sure to keep everything nice and still. The more you do, the more benefit you're going to get. Okay, we're moving on to our pike. This is the most challenging in our ab series here. I'm simply lifting my hips up while allowing my feet to slide right underneath me, keeping my shoulders over my hands. This works the core extremely well as the upper body, shoulders, and chest. All right, we're moving on to our push-up portion. I'm going to show you a full push-up and 3 modifications. So the order will be the most challenging to the greatest level of modification. Here I am doing a regular push-up. I do these push-ups in kind of a yoga chaturanga style. I have my arms reasonably close to my body, kind of out to a 45-degree angle, and my shoulders are slightly past my wrists. I'm going to show you here kind of the military, kind of traditional way of doing a push-up. I don't teach this just because it tends to be hard on the shoulder. So if you've ever had any rotator cuff issues, it can be tough. If you have any rotator cuff issues, I would avoid doing this wider stance and stick to the one I demonstrated before that. Moving on to our modified push-up. This is the first modification of 3. I have my knees down and it's pretty straightforward. Shoulders are over my wrists. I pull my elbows in and off I go. So it's pretty much straightforward. Again, try to keep the torso from shoulder to hip as one piece. On to modification number 2, a countertop push-up. I have my hands about shoulder width apart, elbows rotated in. I have my heels lifted, so I'm on my tiptoes to bring more weight to my upper body. Now, if that's hurting your hands or your wrists, take your little washcloths there, put them underneath your hands to give yourself a little bit of extra padding and continue on. To your third and final modification, a wall push-up. Don't want hands there, don't want them there, about shoulder height and shoulder width distance apart. I step my feet back. Again, lift up your heels so you're on the balls of your feet. That'll bring more weight into your upper body. And of course, your forehead gets pretty close to the wall, so just be careful. Again, you're just bending the elbows, taking your forearms towards the wall and pushing back. This is working your chest, getting you prepped for a harder push-up, building up that strength, and also building up the strength in your triceps. Now, I'm stepping back there because I want to increase the difficulty, so I want a greater angle. I move my hands down accordingly, and off I go. A couple more, and we'll finish about there. Moving on to some leg work, we're going to go into lunges using support and showing it without. Now notice I have the towel there on the floor. You don't need to have it there, but in case, we don't want our knee to touch the floor, but in case it gets close, it's nicer to be touching a soft towel than a hard floor. But truly, you want to lower your knee down until you're about 1 inch or 2 above the floor. Now, here I am going to demonstrate hands-free. Notice how my front shin stays vertical. My knee and my shin don't go way forward. They don't jut forward or go past my toe. Very, very important. Switching sides. The other thing I want to draw your attention to is the back foot. And I know since I switched my feet, you can't see my back foot, but my heel is lifted. So you want to be on the ball of your foot. If your foot is flat or if it is turned out to the side, that will change everything. That'll change your hips, it'll change the knee. So it is very, very important that you have that back heel lifted. Again, notice my front knee. It moves forward a tiny bit, but it's not going way forward towards the chair or past my big toe. So make sure you keep that alignment. Again, use the chair if you need support. If you have any kind of question about your balance, have something handy. If not, you can do hands-free and go for it. On to squats. Squats are awesome. I'm showing you first holding onto the chair in case you need it to help with balance or to assist you with form. Sometimes having your hands on a surface like a countertop or the back of a chair helps tremendously in bringing the body into alignment. So again, watch my knees there. Watch my shins. They're going to move forward a tiny bit, but not much. If your knees are going way past your big toe, you need to adjust. I'm pushing the chair away, hands free. Stick your hips back behind you, lower as low as you can, and stand. Thing we're going to do is some stair climbing. If you have stairs in your home or access to a set of stairs outdoors somewhere, that is awesome. So do a few sets up and down the stairs. Again, as long as you don't have any kind of knee issues, stairs are wonderful for building up quad and glute strength. Focus on those muscles as you go. Make sure that you are feeling them. To stair climbing, we can do offset squats. So you can see I have one leg higher than the other. Use that railing if you need it. Yep, there I am checking the camera. And it's the same thing. It's going to feel weird because you have differential in the height between each foot. Work both sides, maybe do about 10 each, sitting into that squat and stand. Yes, again, watch those knees, make sure you have good knee alignment. Thing we can do with the stairs is what I'm going to call a challenge lunge. Yep, I'm checking the camera. I'm shooting this alone. And so what you're doing is you have your back foot raised. In the gym, I would do these with my foot on a weight bench, but since we don't have that, we do have some steps. Again, use that railing if you need to. I think a couple times I start to lose my balance a little bit. And again, this is a really tough lunge and it works really, really well. Work both sides evenly. Yep, one more step up. That's pretty high. I could have gone to the one step lower, but find your balance first. Make sure you have the form and then off you go. Again, do about 10 per leg, switch side, maybe 2 sets, 3 sets, depending on how you're feeling on that given day. These are tough, but they work your glutes, your quads, your hamstring, you're working your balance, and you're stretching all in one. They're awesome.
So there you have it, your no excuse reference for how to get a workout in, some good strength training when you're stuck at home with everything closed. You do have options available to you. So I hope that you enjoyed. Please feel free to pass this on to anyone who may benefit. Repeat often. Stay healthy, stay well. Thank you for joining me, everyone, and I'll see you soon.